Bowling finishes top 3 nationally.
And the tennis teams are gearing up for the playoffs.
All this and more coming up on this week's edition of the Penguin Rundown. Hello everyone, my name is Dylan Lux. This is Donald Van Hoort, and thank you for tuning in to the Penguin Rundown. Donald, bowling wrapping up their season with the best finish in school history, and as you mentioned, men's and women's tennis both preparing for Horizon League postseason.
And we also have the baseball teams and the softball teams dialing up right now. We got a ton of sports going on at this point in the season, the end of the semester coming up, and we still got a lot of sports going on.
You gotta love it. It's a great time to be a Gwin. Speaking of a great time to be a Gwin, the Youngstown State women's bowling team had an exciting weekend competing for the NCAA Women's Bowling National Championship. The competition began on Friday, where the Penguins first faced off against Arkansas State. The Penguins dropped the Baker and traditional game, which forced a win-or-go-home game against Sam Houston State. After dropping the traditional game to the Bearcats, YSU rebounded with a win in Baker play and finished out winning the best-of-7. In the semifinals, YSU found themselves against Arkansas State once again, and it was the same result with the Penguins losing both games. YSU finished their season at a program-best 3rd place in the national tournament. Congratulations to the women's bowling team for a spectacular season, and we can't wait to see the team back on the lanes.
In the latest Horizon League series, the YSU softball team took on Robert Morris University. The series started with a doubleheader on Tuesday, April 9th, where the Penguins won both games 1-0 and 2-0. The Penguins completed the sweep the next day, winning by a score of 4-1 off of Sam Howell's complete game, earning her 16th win of the season. The Youngstown State University softball team went back to action yesterday, taking on the Niagara University Purple Eagles in a doubleheader. For live updates on the games, you can head over to ysusports.com. Up next for the Gwins, they'll remain at home this Friday and Saturday as they'll be taking on the Northern Kentucky Norse. First pitch is slated for 3 p.m. on Friday, and for the doubleheader on Saturday, first pitch will be slated for 1 p.m. and 3 p.m.
Last weekend, the YSU baseball team took on Milwaukee in a 3-game series, with Milwaukee taking 2 out of the 3. On Saturday, the Penguins played a doubleheader against the Panthers, losing Game 1 by a score of 10-3. Teddy Ruffner would go 3 for 4 and 2 runs scored. Game 2, the Penguins didn't fare any better, as they would lose the nightcap 10-2 on Sunday. The Penguins would salvage the series finale, winning the game 11-8, fueled by Matt Thompson's 6-inning grand slam. Penguins are set to begin a road stand against Bowling Green for a 4-game series. For live updates and more, you can visit ysusports.com. For a recent highlight play from the baseball team, we're going to send it over to Bryce Noel for this week's Play of the Week.
Thanks, guys. This week's Penguin Player of the Week goes to none other than junior second baseman Joe Suarez of the baseball team for his incredible play against Toledo. Let's take a look. Here is sophomore Aiden English with the pitch that goes over the rubber, and what a dive and grab by Suarez, who makes the perfect throw to first for the out. Let's take a look one more time. We can see English again with the pitch hit over the mound, and Suarez with a Roberto Alomar-esque diving catch for the out. Once again, we'd like to congratulate Joe Suarez for being named this week's Penguin Player of the Week. Dylan and Donald, back to you guys.
This past Saturday, the YSU lacrosse team lost to Robert Morris University 17-6 at the Joe Walton Stadium. Freshman Katie Grotenthaler and Lena Cox scored 2 goals each to lead the Penguins. Sophomore Emma Hoffman and freshman Grace Run each scored 1 goal, and freshman Ava Kreutzer provided an assist. Freshman goalie Paige Borkowski had 11 saves, which was the 9th game this season that she had 10 or more. Defensively, junior Kayla Stecker picked up 3 ground balls and forced 3 mistakes. Sophomore Dani Elmler had 2 of each. In the second half, RMU scored 10 goals, while Youngstown State scored 2. YSU's last home game of the season will be on April 21st against Eastern Michigan at Farmers National Bank Field. The Penguins will celebrate their seniors during the game. First draw is at noon.
The men's tennis team hosted 2 matches against Horizon League foes. Saturday morning saw Northern Kentucky University enter the YSU Indoor Tennis Center. After YSU dropped the doubles point to begin, they were only able to produce 3 singles victories, which had them drop the match to the Norse 4-3. The 3 wins came from William Rasat in 2 sets, Onder Balsi in 3 sets, and David Alvarez Moreno also in 3 sets. The next day would be a different fate for YSU. The IUPUI Jaguars would end up also winning the doubles point, but the Penguins locked in and won each singles match and secured a 6-1 victory on Senior Day. The Penguins conclude their regular season this Saturday night, traveling to Cleveland State. First serve is set for 6 p.m. and results can be seen on YSUsports.com.
This past weekend, the YSU women's tennis team played 2 home matches with heavy playoff implications. First on Saturday, the Penguins welcomed the NKU Norse after gaining the doubles point. YSU won 5 out of 6 single matches, taking the win over Northern Kentucky 6-1. Looking for the second win of the weekend, the Penguins faced off against the IUPUI Jaguars on Senior Day. It was a clean sweep for the Penguins, with all but 1 match being concluded in 2 sets. YSU took the win over IUPUI 7-0 and currently sit at 2nd place in Horizon League. The Gwins have 1 more regular season game taking place this Sunday against the Oakland Golden Grizzlies. A win would secure the YSU first round bye in the Horizon League tournament.
And to wrap up this week's show, the Youngstown State University track and field teams had a busy weekend from April 13th to April 14th, with the athletes splitting up for 3 different meets. In total, only 1 Penguin won an event, as sophomore Ryan Henry claimed the victory in the shot put with a throw of 17.52 meters at the Bucknell Bison Outdoor Classic. Youngstown State will be splitting up once again from April 18th through the 20th for 4 separate meets. Over 3 days, the Penguins will compete at the Slippery Rock John Papa Invitational, the Ohio State Jesse Owens Classic, the Wake Forest Invitational, and the Virginia Challenge. And that is all the time we have for this week on the Penguin Rundown. For anything YSU sports related, live updates, and more, you can go to YSUsports.com. And for all things Penguin Rundown related, you can follow us on X and Instagram at Penguin Rundown 1. Thanks again for tuning in. I've been Dylan Lux.
And I've been Donald Van Horn.
Stay safe, Penguins.